Envy and jealousy. This feeling can be triggered by a variety of factors, including your professional success, personal achievements, or even aspects of your character and lifestyle. In many cases, envy and jealousy are reflections of a person's dissatisfaction with their own life. Instead of drawing inspiration from your accomplishments or feeling happy for your success, they may see your qualities and achievements as a mirror that highlights their own perceived shortcomings or misfortunes. This feeling can grow into deep resentment, leading them to wish for your downfall as a way to alleviate their own frustration and discontent. The most damaging aspect of envy and jealousy is that they can drive people to engage in gossip, slander, or even sabotage to undermine your success. They may try to discredit your work or spread false rumors about you in an effort to knock you down from the pedestal they've placed you on in their minds. It's important to understand that envy and jealousy belong to the person feeling them, not to you. While it's easy to internalize someone's hostility and question or blame yourself, remember that you are not responsible for someone else's feelings of inadequacy or dissatisfaction. Your accomplishments and qualities should not be diminished just because someone else is struggling with their own inner turmoil. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't worry about things outside your control. Other people's envy and jealousy are clearly beyond your control, and Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own actions, thoughts, and responses." Understanding that envy and jealousy often lie at the root of some people's hostility toward you can help you navigate these complex interactions with greater clarity. Knowing how to handle these negative emotions maturely without letting them affect you is a critical skill for maintaining inner peace and staying focused on your personal and professional growth. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication, even minor misunderstandings, can quickly grow into deep and lasting resentment. Often, at the heart of these conflicts lies a disconnect in how we express ourselves or how we interpret others' words. Misunderstandings occur when there's a gap between the speaker's intention and how the message is perceived by the listener. A single misplaced word, misunderstood tone, or even an untimely facial expression can leave a wrong impression. These small communication errors gradually build emotional barriers, leading others to perceive you as disrespectful, distant, or even hostile. Effective communication is essential in any relationship. Without it, conflicts and misunderstandings can easily arise. Negative feelings often emerge when thoughts and emotions aren't conveyed clearly, leaving room for misinterpretation. Moreover, the lack of active listening further drives us apart, as failing to truly understand another's perspective can lead to inaccurate assumptions and judgments. Misunderstandings go beyond simple disagreements and often become fertile ground for growing negative emotions. When people feel misjudged, they start constructing a version of the relationship based on these communication failures. What begins as a minor misunderstanding can evolve into hostility and suspicion, distorting the reality of the situation and negatively affecting the relationship. Recognizing the role that misunderstandings and poor communication play in creating negative emotions is crucial in preventing unnecessary resentment. To avoid these issues, we must prioritize transparent, open, and honest communication in all our interactions. By giving others the benefit of the doubt and putting ourselves in their shoes, we can clear up any confusion and seek clarity when there is uncertainty. In doing so, we can prevent unnecessary grievances and ensure that our relationships are based on a foundation of understanding and respect. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. We live in a diverse world where each person is shaped by their unique set of values and beliefs, like distinct puzzle pieces forming the picture of their lives. When these values clash with those around them, it can spark profound disagreements and even foster resentment. Differences in values don't only stem from political or religious views, they can arise from everyday aspects such as opinions on work ethics, lifestyle choices, or even seemingly minor details in daily interactions. When someone holds their values as the only right or superior way of thinking, anyone with differing beliefs can quickly be perceived as a threat or a challenge to their sense of identity. This defensive mindset creates a barrier, turning minor disagreements into grounds for disdain. When a person's beliefs are deeply rooted, any challenge to them can feel like a personal attack. As a result, conflicts easily escalate into debates about identity and worldview, transforming simple disagreements into barriers that divide us. The lack of effort to understand others, combined with rushed judgments, builds walls that block empathy and understanding. These walls not only hinder connection, but also allow resentment to grow, especially when fueled by unacknowledged fears and biases. In Stoic philosophy, there is a strong emphasis on understanding that our beliefs and values are products of our personal experiences. As Epictetus once said, each of us is a product of our own upbringing and surroundings. Recognizing that people may have different values and beliefs based on their experiences encourages us to extend tolerance and respect for these differences. Open dialogue, tolerance, and respect help prevent resentment, enrich our understanding, and foster more harmonious relationships. Accepting that not everyone shares our perspective, and that this is entirely okay, is a crucial step toward peaceful coexistence in a pluralistic society. The influence of rumors and gossip, one of the most common sources of hostility, stems from the powerful influence of gossip and third-party stories. These whispered rumors, whether fabricated or exaggerated, can severely damage your reputation, turning you into a villain in the eyes of others before you even have the opportunity to defend yourself. Like a fast-spreading virus, gossip infiltrates social relationships, poisoning trust and breeding suspicion. What's particularly concerning is that once gossip begins to circulate, it takes on a life of its own. The truth becomes distorted, and a false negative image of you is created, which becomes nearly impossible to undo. Often, gossip targets sensitive or negative aspects of your life or personality, aiming to tear you down and cause deep harm. Even if there is no basis to the rumors, they tend to gain traction, as people are more likely to believe what they hear, especially when the gossip aligns with their pre-existing biases or suspicions. The sensational and forbidden nature of rumors makes them all the more captivating. People spread them quickly, treating them as though they were undeniable truths. The consequences of malicious gossip can be severe, ranging from social isolation and the loss of meaningful relationships to significant impacts on both personal and professional lives. Hatred fueled by rumors is particularly difficult to combat because you are not facing reality. Instead, you are dealing with a twisted version of yourself. It's crucial to recognize the immense power that gossip can hold. While it may be challenging, staying committed to the truth, maintaining your integrity, and refusing to be swayed by negativity are key. Your authenticity and transparency in all actions are your best defense against the poison of rumors. By trusting in your truth and persistently upholding your values, you can gradually dispel lies and restore your image in others' eyes. Ultimately, truth and integrity are more powerful than any malicious lies or rumors that life may throw your way. Personal insecurities and projection. Personal insecurities and projection are often overlooked, but play a significant role in fueling interpersonal hostility. When individuals fail to confront their inner insecurities, these feelings can transform into envy, resentment, and even hatred toward others, particularly those who seem free from similar fears or weaknesses. These insecurities can arise from various sources, such as past traumas, perceived failures, or relentless social comparisons. As the philosopher Seneca observed, when people feel insecure, they unconsciously project these emotions onto others, especially onto those who appear to embody qualities they lack or fear. For example, someone feeling insecure about their career may develop resentment toward a colleague who is excelling in the same field. This projection becomes a psychological defense mechanism, helping them cope with feelings of inadequacy by directing negativity towards someone else, rather than confronting their own insecurities. Over time, this process can evolve into deep resentment or hatred, as the person views you as a constant reminder of their perceived shortcomings. Your achievements, talents, or positive qualities can become a mirror reflecting their own perceived failures, causing them to feel threatened rather than inspired. Instead of seeing your success as something to motivate them, they may view it as a challenge to their self-worth, which diminishes their sense of value and sparks hostile reactions. It's important to recognize that these feelings of hostility and insecurity are not a reflection of anything you've done. They are projections of that person's internal struggles. Understanding this can help you avoid taking their negativity personally and allow you to maintain a healthier perspective in your interactions. Moreover, recognizing this dynamic is essential for approaching these emotions with compassion and empathy. By understanding that hostility often stems from deep-rooted insecurities, you can foster more positive, supportive relationships and dispel unnecessary misunderstandings. This awareness enables you to navigate these challenging situations with greater patience and understanding. Lack of empathy and understanding. In an ideal world, every interaction would be driven by empathy and understanding. However, reality often tells a different story. One of the underlying reasons why someone might develop feelings of resentment is a lack of these essential qualities. When a person is unable to put themselves in another's shoes to understand their experiences, an invisible wall begins to form. This can lead to misunderstandings that eventually spiral into hostility. Lack of empathy isn't just about failing to feel others' emotions. It's also about failing to accurately recognize their motivations and responses. This misinterpretation can lead to distorted reactions and foster resentment where no real offense exists. Instead of understanding others' intentions, individuals may misread words or actions as slights, fueling negative feelings. Without empathy, people tend to fall into the traps of prejudice and hasty judgment, often viewing the world in black and white. This rigid viewpoint results in unfair, shallow assessments that lack the tolerance needed to appreciate context. These judgments often rely on unfounded assumptions or surface-level impressions, without truly understanding the person or the situation, creating a breeding ground for resentment based on ignorance and misunderstanding. This lack of empathy is often linked to self-centeredness. Narcissistic individuals, for example, are so consumed with themselves that they struggle to recognize or appreciate the experiences and emotions of others. This self-absorption can lead to indifference, where they disregard the successes or struggles of others with disdain or disinterest. Such an attitude can easily be mistaken for hostility or even hatred, as others feel dismissed or belittled. It's crucial to recognize that in many cases, the resentment someone harbors toward you reflects their own emotional limitations rather than anything you've done. Understanding this can help you approach these conflicts with a more balanced perspective, striving to build bridges of understanding where possible, or shielding yourself from the negative emotional impact of others' feelings will allow you to stay grounded in compassion. By managing these interactions with resilience and empathy, you can avoid internalizing others' negativity and maintain a more positive outlook. The lack of recognition, one of the deepest sources of resentment and negativity in relationships, is the feeling of being overlooked or unrecognized. We all desire our efforts, successes, and contributions to be acknowledged. But when they are forgotten or undervalued, bitterness can slowly build up and eventually turn into hatred. This is especially common in competitive environments like workplaces, families, or social circles, where the desire for recognition is high. As the philosopher Epicurus once said, when someone feels their achievements are underappreciated, it can easily become a seed of resentment toward those who seem to receive more attention. However, it's important to understand that recognition is subjective and varies based on individual expectations. Some people require more validation and appreciation than others. To prevent the buildup of unnecessary negative feelings, we must communicate openly and express recognition at the right time. Doing so fosters healthier, more positive relationships and helps to avoid lingering resentment. In navigating these complex emotional dynamics, it's essential to establish boundaries with those caught up in their own insecurities or issues, those who bring negativity into your life and disturb your peace. Setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness, it's a powerful act of self-preservation. Often, the animosity directed at you has little to do with who you are and more to do with the person's internal struggles. Whether stemming from jealousy, misunderstanding, value conflicts, rumors, personal insecurities, lack of empathy, or competition, these negative emotions reveal more about the person harboring them than about you. Remember, you're not responsible for others' negative feelings, nor are you obligated to please everyone. By understanding these factors, you can develop a balanced perspective on relationships and avoid letting negativity affect your self-worth or worldview. Instead, focus on your strengths, qualities, and building positive, healthy relationships for yourself. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a message of encouragement. Each of us is unique, with our own qualities, flaws, and individual paths to follow. The reasons why someone might dislike you are essentially reflections of the internal battles that person is facing. So, continue on your path with integrity, kindness, and authenticity. Cherish those who genuinely respect and appreciate you for who you are. By doing so, you'll create a healthier, happier environment for yourself and those around you. I'd love to hear about your journey and triumphs. Please hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave a comment below to share your story, your successes, and even the challenges you've overcome. If you're not sure what to comment, just write peacefulness to show that you've completed this session. Your engagement helps this community grow toward wisdom and turning every challenge into an opportunity. I'll leave 2 more videos here so you can continue learning and growing on your personal development journey. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.